I'd be feeling like, well, when you always hear yourself, you always sound like, oh, that was sound. Yeah, unfortunately.
That's just how it works. This theme kind of grew on me, man.
What's going on, everyone? This is Brewpac Shakur, a.k.a. Vice.
What's up, everybody? Art here, Art Makes Media.
How's it going? And it's Brian right here.
Welcome to the Brewing podcast, episode 6, where we're creating community connections through casual conversations. Welcome back.
It's been a hot minute.
I know. What you guys been up to?
So you remember that good news? I think I can release it now.
Okay.
I actually have an official start date at a new job. So
nice.
There you go.
Okay.
Back on that
Congrats,
9 to 5 grind.
Oh, so permanently no more traveling.
Well, I got the weekends, PTO. You know what I mean?
I think that deserves a cheers.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Gotta get the ASMR.
Oh shit. Oh, no.
Take it on a date first.
Oh man.
That's just how Jason rolls. Just first day, just
Cheers.
all over, dude.
Squirt
all
'em.
over.
Cheers.
Congrats, man.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Congrats, Art. All we need to know is that you're gainfully employed. Yes.
Yep. Yep.
Nice.
So now I can save up for the next sabbatical.
It's just like a cycle, a new job,
dude.
and then get paid enough to take a 6 months. Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna live my life like everybody else does around the world with those holidays.
Yeah.
Meeting people that travel around the world are like, "Oh, are you on vacation?" Like, "Oh, no, I'm on holiday." What the fuck? Like, what does that mean? Like, "Oh, I'm off work for 3 months." Huh? Where are you from?
Oh, like Europe. Or
Yeah,
something.
Europe,
Yeah.
and all over there.
Before we forget, please subscribe to the channel. That does help us out. Instagram, YouTube, all the social platforms.
Don't forget to click that bell for notifications.
Ding! Smash that like button, right?
We gotta say all that stuff now.
You know what I did last 2 weeks? Watch Spider-Verse.
Oh,
Finally.
Ooh.
Finally.
I'm not really into animation, but when I saw that, I felt like they just threw everything at you. Like it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I remember
guys-
watching the first one. I didn't watch the new one yet, but the first one, I was like, "Whoa, man, this is cool."
Yeah. Animation is a legitimate medium. It's not just for kids.
But it was cool seeing like all the Spider-Mans from the
That
multiverse, right?
That much is I think it's in the trailers.
And I think it's cool that it lined up with, me watching it lined up with Comic-Con. Comic-Con was this week.
Yeah, it's this week at the time of recording. Today's actually the last day for Comic-Con.
I think some of my friends went, but I didn't go. I went downtown to pick up my sister, though.
Oh, man, good luck.
Oh,
Luckily, the airport's a little away from it, but yeah, there was still some congestion.
It's congestion because it's still under construction. Like they're
Yeah, like
redoing
all
that
that
whole
stuff.
first terminal, like it was at Southwest or
Yeah.
something, right?
Yeah, thankfully, United doesn't.
Oh yeah,
United
they're in the
Yeah.
second year terminal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I don't even go to the pickup area. We always
Go past it, right?
we always
Yeah.
go. We always get picked up and dropped off at the departure area because it's always
Oh.
less.
Smart
traffic.
tactics.
Mhm.
Smart
Yeah.
tactics.
Did you know that project is going to be I think it's a 4 to 5 year plan.
I mean, it makes sense. It's a huge undertaking.
Yeah.
But Terminal 1's going to look like Terminal 2.
Oh,
That's cool.
I mean, the way it's set up,
Yeah.
It's gonna be
you have your-
multi-level.
Yeah,
Yeah.
multi-level, and then you have
Yeah.
your drop off, you have your pick.
Which
So-
I think San Diego deserves because we do need more space to have international flights leave directly from here.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Well, and then Terminal 1 Southwest is always blocking that
Yeah.
that turn. So there's
Yeah.
always a backup. toward
Well,
the
it's because
main
people
street.
are just literally waiting to get in, but then there's people waiting for people to come out. So it's it's
Yeah.
not gonna move,
Mhm.
But
That's why I
yeah,
just hit everybody going in.
yeah. Going back to Comic-Con, I have more friends that are actually working in it. They're part of booths or stuff like that, and they just tell me what's going on. Or
Nice.
I have a lot of other friends that are going in there and posting stories and posts and stuff. So I just live
Yeah.
vicariously through that now. When it's Comic-Con, I know it's
Yeah.
never a good idea just to drive straight in there.
Mhm.
So I just did the thing where you go to Fashion Valley or one of the earlier stops and then just take the trolley down.
Yeah.
It takes longer, but it's you don't have to deal with traffic. You just chill.
I
on the
mean,
thing.
yeah, that's the same thing. If you go drive in there, you're gonna have to wait in traffic anyways. Might as well just wait on a trolley.
Yeah. At least you're progressing that way. Just a bunch of people everywhere. You could see a whole bunch of people moving back and forth, but the amount of people doesn't change.
Oh, there was a lot of
just
people.
crowded.
It's just crowded. Like, well, just people because people are there's a whole bunch of stuff to do around the outside now. So there's people doing that, or like what was it? They're coming or just just trying to go out, from the like they're done with the convention center and it's just so many people. Like I think it was 14,000. Like
oh geez.
Yeah, and that was like when I got an idea of how much 14,000 people looked like or something like that.
It's like the one time of the year where our crosswalks look like Shibuya.
Yeah, like the entire time.
Yeah. Do you remember back in the day to get into Comic-Con? It was so easy.
So easy.
And I remember I went as a kid. My uncle Luis brought us, and we had to get in. You could donate canned goods.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
To get in Comic-Con, but it wasn't as big as what it is now. Like,
no, it was
a lot of foot traffic.
Yeah.
It was actually about the comics.
Yeah, I mean, but can you imagine instead of paying, like you just come in with canned goods? What was the coolest out or costume that you saw in your times going to Comic-Con, where you're like, oh damn, that was pretty sick?
To be honest, like I didn't really,
like Transformers or.
I mean, like they've gotten a lot better, like exponentially better over the years, like because Comic-Con's been a big huge thing that attracts more people that like cosplay seriously and stuff. I mean, there were some pretty good ones like back in the day too, but usually for cosplay and that sort of thing for quality, like I usually go to AX for that.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's like more known for cosplay and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think the coolest thing I saw was like a predator, and then their kid was like a little predator.
Hold up.
Yeah. Wait.
Predator.
We talk about Comic-Con.
Alien.
I got it.
Or like child predator.
Jeez.
Why don't you have a seat over there? Right?
You sit outside of the frame. I mean, now that we're on comics, what do you think about the Deadpool leak? Are you guys excited to see it? What's your thoughts?
I didn't see the leak, but
What? With Wolverine and Deadpool?
yeah, I'm actually like really disconnected from a lot of that stuff. Go ahead, Brian.
What do you think, Brad?
Would you have like superhero fatigue as well?
Maybe.
Well, I think you're just not on social media as much.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like it was kind of going out. I like that they're finally making a more comic accurate version of his outfit, because it's like the bright yellow with like the stripe and stuff. I know. Was it Ryan Reynolds is still reprising his role as Deadpool, and I think they brought Hugh Jackman back for.
They brought Hugh Jackman. They also brought Jennifer Garner's, what I'm hearing, to play Elektra.
Oh, okay.
I think those are rumors, but I've seen a lot of clips.
Cool.
I mean, we'll kind of see, because it's still in development and all that.
You know what I think they should do? You know that whole like Wolverine meme with the photo.
Oh, they're definitely going to.
They have to do that.
They're going to
because they did
The
that.
two Batmans kissing?
No.
Okay. So for those who don't know, it's actually a still from the old X-Men cartoon, and it's like Wolverine is sitting back on a bed and he's looking at like a photo, and like the real photo I think is like I think it's like Jean Grey, and like he's just kind of looking at it sad, and then it goes like over his shoulder, and then like you see him like kind of stroke the photo like that, and it's been like memed to death.
Oh yeah,
for,
really?
Like people would just take their
own
stuff
photo
out.
and
or they use it as an expression for like things that they miss, or like things that are going away, that kind of thing.
Every first Sunday of the month, we have our Family Fun Day Sunday social, where a bunch of me and my cousins, we go out and do stuff. We kind of alternate to see who hosts. And shout out to my aunt Melissa. She had bowling, and so we rented about like 3 lanes. Nice. And I want to say there was like maybe 12 to 15 of us.
That's fun.
Nephews, nieces, all of that. We had a shoot with a local visual artist, Andrew Alcasid. Shout out to you. Thank you for bringing us into your space. We went to on campus of USD, and I thought that was a pretty sick moment, just seeing him in his own
doing his thing,
day to day, doing his thing. He had a blank canvas, this wall, right in the middle of the room, and he just started painting orchids.
When we first got there, it was just like, I think it was like 3 orchids, and then like he ended up with like, I think 6 or 7, just kind of like all around. It was all shaded and stuff like that. So it was really cool. And the entire time we were like asking him questions about, how he got into it, and his relationship with other artists, and his relationship with like USD, like how he got to be doing what he's doing now, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was cool because it showed that like he continued to pursue his passion, and it led him, and it was years of working at his craft led him to USD. But after USD, we went to see some of his other work at
Bread and Salt.
Bread and Salt. I want to say
Salt and Straws.
Yeah.
no, not Salt and Straw. What's the other place? It's Salt and Bread or something. Or
Salt and Butter.
Salt and Butter.
Salt and Butter is a Japanese bakery, and then Bread and Salt is an art gallery.
Yeah. And I thought that was pretty cool. It was like this modern feel, big warehouse. Right in the middle of this warehouse was just open space. I was telling him, Brian, you can do like a whole fashion show around that like open space. And then towards the back, you have this whole classroom. Because
they teach over there too.
Yeah, they teach, and they also have live models that you could paint or draw,
depending on the class. Yeah, I mean, like was it live figure drawing as a thing? So they also had like some areas too where they had artists in residence where they have like their own rooms and stuff, so you can see like the stuff that they're working on. The cool thing about Bread and Salt is like it's like a big, huge open space, and I think there's an exhibition going on right now. It's like I forgot the guy's name, but he does a bunch of really cool still lifes. And it's pretty much, it's free. Like there's no entrance fee. Like you can just walk around, we had pretty much free reign.
Oh yeah.
Nice. I mean, it was a lot of trust. Cause like,
oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, like it's like, if we're not just going to lift anything, but I was like, man, someone could just come in here and just,
well, I think it was easier when we name dropped too.
Yeah. That's true. Oh yeah. That's true. That's true.
And it was okay. Go ahead and take a look.
Yeah. Okay. That's right. Yeah. There was like a guy working there, and then like, we told him why we were there and all that. Cause he was like, oh yeah, no, we're usually working the back.
Yeah.
And then, it's like, I'm just covering for the guy who's taking a lunch break right now.
Oh yeah. And it was cool, like just seeing his work around. Andrew has his book that's out there. I don't think they had any available, or maybe it was in back.
We were talking with Andrew about like if he had other pieces for sale or like that, and that's when he told us about the gallery, and like he has some of his work there. And I think I might have misinterpreted, like, oh, I have some prints there, but we asked the guy from him, like he didn't have any. So I think it's just the actual work that's on the wall that's for sale that he was probably talking about. So like if you wanted that, you have to get that. And like I think his what is it? His main pieces, like he has some pottery that he made over there, but some of his art that he's actually known for is like watercoloring and stuff. He does a lot of watercolors, which is really cool. And like his book, like you mentioned, I think is just a whole series that he made while he was in the hospital, right?
I think he had about is it 200
something
pieces?
Like that.
Something crazy.
Because he was in the hospital for a couple months, and like I think he started like this series of just painting the watermelon cups he would get for lunch every day, which was kind of interesting. I mean, like
watermelon cups.
Yeah. So it's like fruit cups, like fruit cups. Like cups of watermelon. Yeah. So they look kind of cool. And like when you think about it, like the reason why, I mean, you're just stuck in the hospital. What else are you gonna do? You know. So I mean, it was kind of cool to see that.
After Bread and Salt, right? We went to Salud.
I mean, Salud, for anyone who hasn't been there, it's right there in Barrio Logan. And it's really what was it called? I guess it's like kind of authentic, and then like it's kind of got like an eclectic feel. Like they've got like all this like really kind of like Latino art kind of thing, like all over the place. It's got like high ceilings and stuff, so they have like all this room to put like different art and like different pieces and stuff.
Do you remember what you got?
I got a breakfast burrito.
Oh, and then and then I got a birria taco, also with what else did I order? Maybe it was like
you had like tacos.
I had two tacos and a side of rice,
something like that. Yeah.
And I ordered the Vampiro Michelada.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was pretty refreshing.
I had like a pineapple tequila drink. I forgot what it was called, but yeah.
Speaking about drinking tequila, I saw you were at Coldwater.
Oh yeah,
Coldwater.
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah, Cutwater.
Or
Cutwater.
I said Coldwater.
I was like Coldwater.
Wait,
what is
it Cutwater?
Yeah, Cutwater.
Oh, it's Coldwater.
What is Cutwater?
I thought it was Coldwater.
So Cutwater, that's Cutwater Spirits. It's like I think part of the Ballast Point Brewing Company, where they just make spirits. So it's like a restaurant style, obviously with like cocktails and stuff like that. But yeah, got invited to have dinner with some friends.
What were you doing there, Jason?
No, I just saw it through you know.
Oh,
Instagram.
I thought you meant like
Yeah.
you saw him there.
through the bushes.
Yeah.
By binoculars.
No, yeah, I always just say like, hey, if I'm in any of those things, don't tag me, okay?
What
I
did you
keep it
order there?
aloof. I actually got a like some kind of Greek chicken salad.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
back on your salad
I
game,
am,
huh?
I
Yeah.
am.
All right,
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was cool. Some of the homies slid through. My homie Francis and Nev invited everybody out, and it was funny because like at first I was like, that's an interesting, like Francis is inviting us out to dinner and not going out like on a Friday. And then Nev's coming too. I was like, all right.
Something big.
Yeah. But then I was like, whatever. I'll see if I can make it. And then my homie Alex called me. He's like, hey, man. Hey, do you think they have an announcement? You know, because he had his suspicions. And I was like, you know what? That kind of makes sense, man. But yeah, so we kind of had like a little bit of an idea. And then I tried to ask Francis too. I was like, hey, man, is there a reason why we're going to dinner? He's like, no reason. Just, just wanted to get the homies together
Okay.
instead of going out to Park and Rec.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense too. Sort of. But yeah, long story short, they're having a baby.
Nice.
Oh yeah, congrats to
Congrats.
them. Congrats to them.
Yeah, super excited. So then now, like, I think for sure, like, we're starting to get to the point where the babies outnumber the friends
Oh,
and parents.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a good time. It's a good time.
Well, I mean, since we're talking about getting it in, I'm back at the gym. Like it's like back in the gym since the pandemic.
Okay, that's what why you're getting it. Okay.
Yeah.
getting my workouts in.
Sure.
Yeah, same here.
Oh,
Same
you
here.
too?
Yeah.
Okay. What's that
Yeah.
experience like? Are you back at 24?
24. It's really annoying though, because like the 24 at the mall, for some reason, it like doesn't. It's not open 24 hours.
They shouldn't even call it 24 then.
Yeah, they
They
should
should
just
call
call
it
it
LA
like 8 to 12.
Fitness.
Hey man, that's where I go.
Yeah, yeah, but I think it's like because it's at a mall.
12-hour fitness.
I just got that. Look at delay.
Got the gears turning, you know.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man. But yeah, dude. I think it's because it's like a mall rule. Maybe like they don't want people at the mall like at all hours of the
Oh,
night.
that makes sense.
You know? Which is kind of like booty, but whatever. you put the gym there in the first place, right?
Oh yeah.
You called it 24, so
Yeah.
it should be 24.
Yeah. All right, give me my membership money back.
Too late now.
Yeah.
What's your experience, Brian? I think out of us three, you've been pretty consistent.
Yeah,
going
pretty
to the
much.
gym.
Yeah, pretty much when they started opening up the gym again, I went right back in.
You didn't do any like home workouts.
I
or
did
anything?
home workouts.
Okay.
I did home workouts.
A little forearm action.
No, the little duel.
Jesus. Indian rope burn?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, speaking about ropes, dude. So at our gym, we have like I think 6 machines, and it's like
Right.
you have to pull the rope, right?
Oh,
I don't
what?
see anyone on there.
Well, is it like the what they have on the gym and TV shows or something where you have to like climb
Yeah,
up?
you don't actually climb up, but you're like you can be on your knees too and climb. And
What? I
it's
don't
an
think-
endless rope.
Oh, I don't think
So
I've
you be
ever
on your
seen that.
knees, like
Yeah,
climbing.
that's how you actually do it. You're
I've
on your
never
knees.
seen that. I've never seen
Yeah.
that.
And I think it helps your.
Oh yeah, because
forearms.
you're going like this.
Yeah,
It's like
Yeah.
like your back.
something
pulling
like
up.
that.
Yeah.
I haven't read that yet, but
It's
I've
kind of
never.
back because like that's like a
We're all just
yeah,
dance,
dance.
But I think they could have did without
6 of them.
machines.
Yeah.
Oh, they did like 6 of
They did
those things.
6. Why? So
So
this
it was
like
like
I
a
said,
carnival game. Like, hey guys, clap to the top fast.
But every time I've gone there, no one's used it. I think I might try to use it. We'll see. My niece had her first birthday. And so the theme for this birthday was the Notorious one. So it was Notorious B.I.G.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so she had
Nice.
she had I think it's one of the albums where like there's a specific font and she used that for
Yeah.
the setting. It was like a gold chain with balloons and all that stuff. And then me and Nadine had like matching B.I.G. shirts where it was like some kind of lyric. I forget what Welch's Grape and
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, that one like Welch's Grape and
Yeah. You bought that shirt for got like Korean, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Got it there. But I thought that was pretty fun seeing all the it was like another family fun day Sunday again.
Yeah.
We got to bring Gracie for the first time, and she was just like, "Oh my gosh, there's so many people here."
Yeah.
And for her to run around in the open backyard, my sister has a bunch of turf. My nephew plays soccer, so he practices there. Yeah. She had a bunch of tables out. Like, it's one of those like backyards where they used to have like, I think it was an RV, so you'd have like this driveway in the backyard, and then you can put a canopy over that little section.
Little section over there. That's cool.
And then Sam's kids, the twins.
Yeah. They're big now, man.
Yeah, they're I think they're in junior high now.
Middle school?
Dang.
Middle school, yeah. I think they're in middle school now, and they were playing with Maddox. Maddox is like about 8 years old, and they had like a whole Nerf war.
Oh, that's cool.
Running around.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, I like how Nerf is coming back, and it's coming back pretty hard. Do you see some of those Nerf guns that shoot?
Dude, they're pretty legit, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Nerf has never fallen off, man. It's like they always keep innovating.
Hey, that new stuff though, gel blasters.
Oh, I saw, what is it? Is that water inside?
Yeah, so like basically you get a bunch of like tiny little pellets, right, and then you put them in water, and they soak up all the water.
Oh, and then when they hit you,
when they hit you, they explode. So it's like biodegradable, so you don't have to clean stuff. You don't have to pick stuff up.
That's really cool.
So, yeah, so I think it's like a good intro to anyone that wants to paintball as well, because it's kind of like the same vibe. You can have it set to like soft, like so it doesn't hurt as much, or you can have like there's like a fast setting
where
it's like you can actually feel a little sting.
Okay.
But yeah, good for kids
or big kids.
Big kids,
yeah.
Big kids.
Never growing up.
Shout out to Gel Blasters.
We're not sponsored.
But if you want to send us some guns, let's go.
Sponsor the pub. We'll do a whole segment on Gel Blasters. We'll clip it where we stop right here for Gel Blasters.
Yeah.
Whole commercial and everything.
Here we go.
Oh, that's funny.
Other than like going to the gym and stuff, like I've been going on hikes with my cousin. Yeah,
Nice. Same cousin. PIC?
Same cousin, dude. PIC.
Yeah. Okay.
I actually dropped him off this morning.
Did
He
you?
slept over. Yeah.
Nice. You guys been hanging out a lot.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's cool. Doesn't
sound cool.
Yeah,
we'll clip this out.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
Voiceover.
Cool.
It's cool.
He's always around. It's cool. That's cool. I mess with him like that though.
Yeah,
He's a little cousin, man. Come on,
Yeah, you're the big bro. So.
From my house, it's like we literally don't have to drive anywhere. We just walk, and then we get onto like one of the Lake Hodges trails.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we did that yesterday. And from my house to like this parking, like to the end of the trail to this parking area back to my house. But it's like 8 miles.
Oh, jeez. And you guys walked it.
Yeah.
One way, it's 8 miles?
Total.
Oh, total.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes.
So,
we celebrated your birthday.
Oh, yeah. We went to Kangnam, right?
Kangnam.
Kangnam. Korean barbecue. I was trying to figure out, like, how do they divide that between waiter and the robot? Like, we had
because sometimes they go back and forth.
Yeah. We had this robot deliver our food, and then you just pick it up off a tray, and then you hit, like, all right.
Like you can go back.
Yeah, you can go back.
Yeah.
And then
and then just, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a little remote controlled, like, tray system.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. We'll throw a picture of that on there. I took a picture of it.
Oh, you took a picture of it?
I took a picture of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because it has like a little face and everything, and then like it talks to
like
you.
Johnny 5.
Yeah. Johnny 5 is alive.
I think what was the best thing on the menu that we ate there? I love the intestines.
The intestines. No, I knew you were gonna say that, dude.
Same brain cell.
No one. You like intestines? Did you even try it?
I tried a piece,
Yeah.
but then before I could try another piece, I think you ate it all.
You just all about that intestine, dog.
No, but that actually is good. I mean, it definitely is a texture thing, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you're not into like chewy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just like a brisket guy. I liked all the brisket.
It's
good.
I've been watching a bunch of these Korean, like, those like what do you call it? Like
Dramas?
not dramas.
Hey, K-dramas are good.
It's just like Korean people eating Korean meals.
Oh, mukbang.
Mukbang.
But I'll just watch them just eat like all types of dishes, and I guess a lot of the restaurants, they have a lot of these hot pots or sit down making fun of you. It's not just Korean barbecue.
Yeah.
There's like soups and other dishes too.
Oh yeah. It's like a whole thing.
Yeah.
Like a hot pot kind of stuff too.
Yeah.
So I've been watching those.
You know which ones are kind of weird when they eat like a bunch of eggs. Like a bunch of hard-boiled eggs, or just eating eggs,
or like
what?
random stuff.
yeah,
right?
or like random,
Oh yeah.
or like
I don't know
squid,
how-
and then they bite into the squid, and it's like all black because all the ink, or the octopus or whatever, the ink comes out. It's like, ugh.
Where it's like a bunch of food, right? And they're
Yeah.
just picking at the whole thing,
Yeah.
trying to eat that.
Yeah.
But every time they're eating noodles, I want noodles after,
Yeah.
and they're like,
You just like that sucking
You
motion.
know what I mean?
We talking about noodle stuff?
Yeah, you know.
Out of context clip right there.
Girthy noodles. I do appreciate places that have the egg. Some places don't have that steam egg.
Oh, the
Yeah.
steamed egg.
Yeah.
Yeah, the story art. I'm just guessing. Telekinesis.
Well, speaking of Korean barbecue, I had this one homie. I don't know if you guys know him. I used to work at Taiguki, Anthony.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know Anthony?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So I actually went to
Shout
this,
out to Anthony.
Yeah, shout out.
Yeah, dude. What's up? I went to this. I guess it's like a local watering hole
Yeah.
over. It's called Brewski's.
Yeah.
Next to the strip club, right?
Huh?
Next to the strip club.
Oh, is there a sugar over there?
Little fingers.
Really?
I'm
Wait,
just,
Brewski is like.
I'm just guessing.
Is that the
now.
one here in
Yeah.
PQ or?
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
it's Miramar.
Oh, it's pictures. I keep thinking pictures.
Yeah.
Pictures of PQ.
Yeah, pictures of PQ.
Yeah, it was over Brewski's. But yeah, like I walked in and I was like, "Oh, what's up? What's up?" Then
You went with your cousin or just you?
Oh yeah, I was actually with my cousin. I met up with my homie Drew and Sean.
Okay.
But yeah, they were just chilling. I was like, all right, yeah, man, got some free time.
Oh yeah, shout out to Sean. This is the same Sean. Works for a certain service provider. I don't know if I can share that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A certain service.
Certain
provider.
I don't know if I can share that. So,
Okay.
but shout out to you because you hooked it up with the internet. So, thanks, Sean.
Oh,
With your service provider.
Hell yeah.
With your service provider.
Did he come here and solve it for you?
No. Sent someone, but he hooked it up on a good deal. So,
Yeah,
shout
there
out
we
to him.
go.
Yeah.
Sean, man, making moves. Yeah. So walked in and Andy said, "What's up?" I was like, "Oh, what's up, dude?" He was making me feel kind of weird because he's like, "Hey, it's the podcaster himself." I was like, "Yeah, man." Shh. I just go
You're
there.
like, all right.
I just show up to talk, bro.
Who'd I make this out to?
I was like, "Be quiet." I just go there to talk shit. No, but that was actually really cool. I was just like, "Oh, what? You know about it? You watch?"
I think that's been the most surprising thing is just, people who call it out to. Like, I think I showed you that text too where I just finished like doing some photos. Like, yeah, well, now I'm going to get back to listening to your podcast. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I really got to be careful what I'm going to say.
I mean, it all comes up to Jason's like, hey, Jason, you got to cut that one thing out when we're talking.
We're like, hopefully no one watches this episode. But
Did you cut out the part where I was crying for like 10 minutes?
that's the bonus feature.
Yeah.
That's for the Patreon.
Yeah, for anyone that wants to pay to see that, Art was crying last episode.
It's crying, shirt off.
Yeah, yeah, man. Shouldn't have taken that acid. No, I'm just kidding.
Or is he? You have to pay to find out.
Back to Brewski's.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, we chilled and, just kind of did our thing. But, no, it was really cool. And I was just like, oh, man. So, good job with the marketing, bro.
Trying
Yeah,
man.
it out there.
And, again, shout out to everybody that takes the time out to listen to three dudes talking a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. No, I'm just
To
playing.
watch or listen. You
Yeah.
know.
Watch and
and
listen.
listen.
Your support is always appreciated.
Yeah, hopefully we give you guys some nuggets of,
Yeah, some gems.
things. And I think if you show your receipt to the entrance of the establishment next door, you get half entry.
Oh,
Oh.
did not know that.
I'm just making stuff up.
It's just like you have that tone of voice. It's like, okay, all right. Art knows what he's talking about.
But on to the next segment. This is our Snapple Fact.
Oh, yeah.
Our Snapple Fact is related to our main topic.
He's actually prepared this time.
Yeah. So interesting fact about Hollywood.
Wait. I'm sorry. Do you actually just look up Snapple? Is there a website? It's called Snapple Fact, or you just find?
No,
a fact?
I just look for random
Oh,
facts.
okay, cool.
Yeah. Anything.
Yeah, I'll just
Nice.
type in whatever in Google, right?
Yeah.
In the Google is what my
In
dad
the
says.
Google. It's the Google, man.
So Snapple Fact, this is about Hollywood. You pay to have your star on the Walk of Fame in Hollywood.
Oh,
Can you guess the price they pay?
It's got to be like a crazy amount.
Brian, let me hear your guess.
I don't know, dude.
$1 million.
That's
That's
a
a chunk
lot.
change.
For
For a
For a star?
For a star?
you know the star that you have your name on there?
Yeah.
Like, because those people are like really, they probably make $1 million like
Yeah.
on one project, like easily.
Okay, $1 million.
Yeah. I was going to say like that too. Like $1 million.
Because then they got to pay the construction crew and all that stuff, right?
And then it's like all the publicity you get from it.
yeah.
30,000.
Okay.
So
That's not bad.
30,000 to have your name on that
Okay.
star.
I mean, if I was like a superstar,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that, you know,
That's
I'm like,
a
oh,
chunk,
yeah.
too.
Let me
Yeah.
get like 3 of those
But so the
different corners.
Yeah.
the process is though you have to submit for your star to be or submit a request, and so they get about 200 applicants from Hollywood
Oh wow.
out of a
Oh.
year, and so out of that process they only select 20 a year.
Is it like a? Do you know if it's like a voting process or if it's like a lottery?
Oh, that's a good question. They have like a board that sits on.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I forget what the committee is called, but they have some kind of like HOA for Hollywood stars.
HOA for Hollywood stars.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, let's get into the whole Hollywood strike debacle against the battle versus AI.
It's not really just against it. It's more about the
compensation.
the studios.
Compensation.
It's from the AMTP studios. It's basically the studios versus the writers, and then in solidarity, the actors join them too.
Yeah.
And then also in further solidarity, I guess like UPS is actually going to go on strike at the end of the month.
UPS too.
Yes, like the delivery.
How does that affect them?
It's not directly. It's one of those things where a bunch of people are striking for better conditions. Other people start noticing about their conditions too and how bad. Yeah. And it just kind of
solidarity.
It's not really in solidarity for that, but it's like while this is going on too, and people are talking about strikes, we should go on strike.
Yeah,
too
now's a good time to go on strikes and get the union to work, right?
Well, I mean, because it's been, especially with after the pandemic, and especially coming back from the pandemic, the amount of demand and like stress put upon the people that we rely on.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I feel like they deserved a lot during the pandemic because they were running everything.
We call them heroes and stuff, and we don't really pay them for that.
Not all heroes wear capes, but they also shouldn't work for free.
They should be
be
equally paid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like the whole talk about like AI for this was, let me see. Because I think even before the strikes were happening and stuff like that, if you were like a background actor, they would basically pay you like a day, which is like $100 or something like that. And then you would have to step in the scanner thing, and then they would be able to use your likeness for whatever things. Yeah, but then they would tell the background actors, it's just for this production or whatever. So because like you're in the background, we could just like change it or whatever. So we don't have to call you back in or whatever. But increasingly, they were trying to make that kind of the norm.
Yeah.
So that way they could save on paying them. So instead of having to pay that background actor or whatever per day, they could just pay him for the one thing for the scan, and they own and can make them do whatever.
Yeah, make them do whatever.
How do you feel about that?
Dude, that's like...
To have, they own you and your likeness?
Yeah.
Because then they can make you do things or say things that you would never endorse or anything like that. Like, you have no agency. It's all about just consent.
Yeah.
If you sign things and say, yes, I could do whatever you want, then that's okay, right? But a lot of these are just doing it regardless.
Yeah.
Like, it was even going back all the way to like when the Matrix was going down, like because Jet Li was like helped choreograph some of the moves. Correct me if I'm wrong. I forgot. I just remember hearing this one thing where they offered like Jet Li that they were gonna like record all of his moves, and then like they would pay him a set amount, and then that's it. But then like he vehemently denied, like he did not want that to happen.
It's
like you're taking my moves, my style, and all that.
A similar situation, like where it's like, okay, so now I did all this for you, and then you can use my material to do whatever you want. Yeah. But instead, it's like you're using me physically.
Yeah.
To do whatever you want.
Because like my whole stance with like the AI thing is that everyone that's like for it for the most part is like they're looking at it from a production and efficiency standpoint.
Yeah.
Right.
Which I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
that part.
Yeah,
and then you got to call somebody. Yeah, you got to schedule. You got to do all that stuff.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like pay me per movie that I'm in.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like that's fair per feature.
Yeah, because like I think when the actors started striking for that in solidarity, it was a lot of the arguments are like, oh well, they're well off, they don't need to do that. But like, when you have someone like in a position of power supporting everyone else, that's like a big thing. And also majority of the actors out there, like what was it? I think when you're part of like SAG-AFTRA or something like that, you have to you have to make a certain amount in order to be covered by them, and like a vast majority of them are not. So really the strike isn't just for the main actors you see and know. It's for all the other actors that are in the industry that are struggling to get by.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's really great that like the big names are helping out all the other ones, because they started with like background actors and stuff, and then they made their way up to become bigger ones and all that. So that's what it's all about. And then for the writers, like they were trying to use like I'm not ready to have like shows written by AI.
Chat GPT.
Oh yeah.
For those that are not in the know or of anything like that with Chat GPT is like AI. It's basically for most of the AI, it's not what most people think it is. It's like the super smart thing that can like predict everything or whatever. You have to give it information, you know?
Yeah.
And like a lot of them have been feeding, you know, like, was it like scripts from TV shows and stuff like that?
And like, come up with something different.
Yeah. And it's basically just like a what was it? It's like the way I like to think about it is like a random blender. You just tell it, you feed it the information, you hit like just generate, and it'll generate stuff based on what it knows, but it's not it doesn't have any thought or any feeling behind it, you know?
It's scary how real it is, because I think I've seen this on and they got exposed. Like someone wrote like their whole paper on it, and then the professor posted it on the board showing it was
Well, I mean, like for the ones that get caught in the school, I've seen some of those, and it's because the student is too dumb to remove the because like some of the phrase that the intelligence has to use is like they'll say like a statement like I believe the sky is blue, or as an artificial intelligence I believe the sky is blue. So like they didn't take that out, so it's literally just in there. Yeah. Some of them were like dumb like that.
You gotta read
proofread your stuff, dude.
Even be copy.
Yeah. But like even the AI detection stuff isn't perfect, because there's been instances where because now when that was coming up, they were starting to come up with countermeasures like for schools, like they would have to run it through this thing to see how much of it is AI processed, and then like some people stuff that's people write is AI process, like came up as AI processed even though they didn't. So it's not totally perfect either way. So just don't take that out of the equation, you know.
What's the solution?
Well, for right now, for the Hollywood strike as it is right now, it's what was it called? The studios just need to give up a portion of their profits to pay all their writers and all that for like an equal thing. Because if you actually look up the it's actually up online somewhere, I think, where it shows the like demands, the ratio. It shows the demands that all the like all the actors and all the writers are making. Yeah. And then on the right side, it says like it shows like the studio's like what was it called? Answer to it. And just like, we just need like a cost of living thing, or like every time we just want like a substantial amount of breaks, or like for like actors and stuff, like because they want more like ample time to break or whatever, and it's just like rejected from the studios. They just don't want that. There was also this other cartoonishly like evil article that I guess the studios put out, where it's like, I don't know if you guys saw that, where like we're gonna basically outlast them until they are out of their homes or something like that. And then all the writers
on strike forever.
Yeah, you can't go on a strike. Yeah. But then the writers are like, we've been paid like shit for the past couple of years. We can outlast you. You need us. You know. Yeah. So it's been kind of interesting to see both sides over there, but. Yeah, they did that. That article did not go as well because everyone's like, "We're not going to go on their side."
Well, and so like, I guess the big impact for viewers is that like new productions such as Stranger Things season 5, The Mandalorian, and even Saturday Night Live is on hold. And I think those are like some of my favorite shows. I went on. I think it's Hulu. Saturday Night Live for the episodes. They're called premium channels now, or premium episodes, and you have to pay even more for that subscription.
And nickel and diamond.
Because for now they have a back, because it's always a constant production of things, right? And then so right now they're kind of running through their stuff, right? But then I remember seeing some things from the writers, like some even like lower tier writers or something like that the studios were approaching them, was like, hey, remember that idea we talked to you about? Like let's go ahead and do that, because they're starting to run out of things to do, and they know it, you know. So like,
hey, stay strong. Doing it, man. I mean, and that even affected Comic-Con. You guys hear about that? All right, like a lot of the stuff that was supposed to be released or announced or whatever.
Well, I didn't hear anything Marvel related, like, or saw anything through stories. Like usually there's a big post.
Well, Marvel wasn't there this year.
And that's crazy to see.
Well, because like with the I think one of the rules part of the actor strike is that you cannot promote any movies while you're on strike. If you do, then you're pretty much stricken from the thing. Like you're basically scabbing, you know. You're
like blacklisted.
So like as an actor, if you're on the strike or you're with the thing, I mean, like always anything like this is kind of just homogenized information that I just read or like, look up or whatever, but I'm always welcome to be wrong if anyone wants to point that out. But I did read where it was, if you are part of the strike and you have to promote a movie, like you're not supposed to do any of that. Like you can still, like for the people for the actors and stuff, if they still want to go Comic-Con, they can still go.
Yeah.
They just can't be part of like the panels or like signings and stuff like that, you know? So a lot of that was pretty much canceled. And for my friends that work at Comic-Con that have like little booths and stuff, it was good for them because what that means is that if there's no people like in line waiting for stuff, then they're just walking around buying stuff, you know? Yeah. So it was like, if you were like a little guy, like it was a good year to be Comic-Con.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm all about like fair compensation. Like, I feel like people are just so undervalued sometimes.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And like,
especially when it's like at the top, you undervalue everyone that's doing the actual groundwork. I think it's like within the strike, my biggest thing is I'm big in supporting the advocation. And advocate for what you want.
Yeah, of course.
And to see an AI do the work that you're like, man, that could have been my, that could have been a role that I could have played. But
at the end of it all, like AI can do some pretty neat things, but like I'm more for it if it helps you do the thing rather than doing the thing entirely. Yeah.
I've been seeing like a lot of like videos on YouTube. I haven't like watched through them, but like everybody's like messing around with AI and like, oh, I created this whole home studio through AI. And then it's just them sitting at a desk in a blank place. And then like the studio is like crazy. You're just like, what? Like,
and it's pretty trippy because one big thing where we saw, what CGI, right, was Indiana Jones.
Oh, yeah.
When they did a flashback of his earlier self.
Yeah, like if you guys don't know that or haven't seen the movie yet, in the beginning it shows like a past Indian, like one of his random adventures that's going to start off the big adventure that the movie's all about, but it's like a younger version of Harrison Ford. So that one they actually kind of use a little bit of AI, like they fed all the old like movies and stuff, and he's still like I saw the behind the scenes of it, like. You know that part where like he's in the train and stuff, and carrying
where he's like
train.
running.
Yeah, well, like he's still acting in all of that. Like he's still there, but it's basically the way I like to think about it is like digital makeup.
Yeah,
because he's still there doing the thing, except they just digitally alter his face. It still looks a little uncanny, but for the most part, it's pretty good.
It was like when they did like Looper. You ever seen that movie Looper? With who's that guy?
Jason Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah, JGL and Bruce Willis, then like. How they made like JGL kind of look like Bruce Willis, like they changed his nose
a little bit, just
and
to
I was
change
just
it.
like, whoa, that's crazy.
Or they did that one with what was it? There was another thing that
Fast
was
and the Furious with the Paul Walker's brother.
That was
it looked like Paul Walker. So.
Yeah, and then there was like also the one with Will Smith. It was like a similar movie to Looper, but it was with Will Smith. Domino, or was it Domino?
I know what you're talking about.
Hitch.
Yeah.
No.
When he got bit by the bee.
Yeah, dude. He got when he ate the clam or the shellfish. He's like,
how's AI?
No, like
I know what you're talking about.
Like the whole digital de-aging thing, I think is kind of cool. And again, I think of it as like digital makeup, and like that to me is kind of okay. You know,
it's kind of like what they did on White Chicks. No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa. No,
man.
But that I think it's kind of like a little bit dicey when you. I don't know. I'm kind of like all for advancements in technology like that, but everyone, or it seems like the whole thing is just cashing around nostalgia. Like, hey, remember this? Hey, remember this actor? This actor. Here's them doing this thing. But I mean, I kind of get it too from an economic perspective because it's like it's risky to try new things. You don't know how much is going to sell. So let's just go with the old thing that we know that's going to sell.
Maybe after they retire. It'd be cool to see all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
But like, if they still connect and do all that stuff, like pay them.
Yeah. And on that front, they should probably VFX and CGI artists need to get a union as well.
Yeah. I can see that
because that's increasingly why like a lot of Marvel movies and stuff are like on green screens and like they don't have like set designers or like costume design or like they have some costume designers, but like a lot of it's digital because there's no union for the digital art community. So they can grind them into dust. They don't have to worry about this union kind of stopping us from making them have breaks.
Wait, so those aren't real places? Asgard is not a real place?
I'm sorry to break it to you, Jason.
Yeah, man.
Gotta ruin your childhood.
Why did we bring this up? Have the Wolverine picture.
I know.
Two Batman's kissing. Oh wait, no, you're talking about a different one.
All right, on to the next portion. This is our random fun where we play games such as this or that. Would you rather? Where do you stand? This week is how many?
How many?
How many celebrities have you met? If not met, maybe ran into or in the proximity of, where you're like, oh shoot, that's.
Oh, okay.
What if you did like a
So-
meet and greet after? Does that count?
Oh yeah.
Meet and greets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you go though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Who are you thinking of?
Then
Well, like a lot of it was like other artists, like Flowbots. I think was when they toured. I have to think about that a little bit because like I'm not really much like a meeting.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
getting-
kind of skip that. Like for me,
Yeah.
like if there's a meet and greet, I'm just like, oh, there's a long line. Let's go.
I think there was like a couple too that passed by, and it doesn't register until like they're like gone.
Yeah.
You're like, what's that?
Yeah.
You know. I think one of them was like Nick Frost. I think Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was like back in like 06, like when I was like volunteering for Comic-Con too.
I feel like that was my first celebrity sighting though, to Comic-Con. It was like what 2001, I think I went. I mean, I remember seeing dang, why am I blanking? Tomb Raider. What's her name? Tomb Raider?
Lara
Lara
Croft.
Croft.
Wait,
The-
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
Where?
At Comic-Con. Well, I mean, technically, I don't know
Okay.
if this she was doing a panel, but then obviously she left,
Yeah.
and then like I saw her like leaving,
Yeah.
you know. So I don't know. That's
Love to see her leave.
Maybe.
Yeah. Is that how you got
yeah,
the
she
restraining
was-
order?
Yeah, dude. Like, it's crazy. I didn't even do anything. I didn't get no like souvenirs or anything.
What a waste of the restraining order.
Right? Seriously, it's not like I'm ever gonna see her again.
Stupid.
Okay, so you saw her.
Yeah, she was like,
right.
dude, she is tiny. Oh, back then, like she was like super thin. Like I was like,
5 foot
whoa.
nothing, 5'12".
Yeah, and, like she's like super like linky, like thin. Like her, I thought like her arms were just so skinny. It's kind of crazy.
I guess it depends what movie she was doing at the time.
Yeah.
I'll say that too.
Yeah. What's that guy's name from? Man, it was that like funny Workaholics.
Oh, is
Blake,
the main
Blake.
Yeah,
character?
Blake. Yeah,
like
yeah.
the curly hair dude.
Curly hair?
curly
Like, yeah, I saw him walking through Coachella with like a whole like group of like people.
Is he from San Diego or one of them?
I have no idea. Yeah, I saw two of the three Jonas brothers.
2 of the 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I saw Kevin and Joe.
You didn't see the important one.
I didn't see Nick, man. I was kind of bummed. I was like, "Hey, where's Nick at?"
Yeah, where's Nick?
Yeah,
Who are you two?
Yeah, I remember seeing him because I think Joe was dating AJ at the time, so I was at Ali and AJ concert,
Oh,
and then they came out after, and it was in like the Hollywood Hard Rock
Yeah.
or whatever.
Okay.
And I was like, "Hey, aren't you guys the Jonas Brothers?" And they're like, "Yeah."
Yeah, that's us.
Yeah, man. Kevin's really cool.
Can I get Nick's
Joe,
autograph?
yeah, Joe. I kind of got a weird, like,
Weird vibe?
too much vibe, like
Oh.
Joe Jonas kind of vibe.
Oh, really?
You know what I mean? Yeah, but Kevin was really cool. Yeah, but didn't get to see Nick.
I hate hearing those stories.
Do you remember like Asian YouTubers back in the day, or like AJ Raphael?
Oh,
Oh,
have
yeah,
you seen
yeah.
that in person?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, no, because like I used to be in a band and we would perform, so like we would either be opening or something like that. We would just chill in the backstage with them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so like a lot of like the Asian YouTubers like back in the day when
Nice.
they were like at their height, and
Yeah.
Far East Movement when they were first starting out.
Were you there when Timothy DeLaGhetto
Oh yeah, we
was at SDSU? Were you?
I was there. Yeah, I was there. I was
Yeah.
there for that.
What did he come? He came here for what?
No, he likes doing the college shows. Like
Oh,
he would
got
either be like as a judge, like a guest judge or something like that. Let me see.
Yeah.
I think I got to dig it up because like our band took pictures with him for when we were doing a performance in Iowa.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Jeez,
pictures. Yeah, because Iowa has like a big like Hmong and that kind of like Asian population, so they have like this festival like celebrating
Yeah.
that. Shout out to Dan, aka Dan. He's like the lead. He was like the lead MC of our band. He still
Wait.
does a lot of music. Yeah,
Dan, aka Dan.
yeah. What? That's his name.
No, but it's just Dan,
Dan,
aka Dan.
Yeah.
It's just interesting to me.
Yeah, no, that was his MC. That's his MC
Okay.
name.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it is. But shout out, he still does a lot of music. He's still like doing his like rap MC thing.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm really
All
proud
your
of him.
passions.
Yeah, I see like because he still posts a lot about like his stories and stuff like that. I'm like, that's cool. You're still kind of doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he's always been that like that AAA personality, kind of go get him. Like he'd always fight for like all these shows. Like we were able to go to a lot of different places around. Like we would go to like the East Coast. We went to Northwest and like a whole bunch of other places and stuff.
Oh man, I want to hear some of those stories. Let's get him on the pod like a year out from now. Let's get him on the pod. I want to hear. I want to hear your travels through him.
Dan, aka Dan.
Share us some stories about Brian. Like
Yeah.
that's what interesting.
Rest in peace after school special. What about you, Jason? Have you seen any?
I So going to New York, remember like when we met up at New York one time?
Mhm.
I don't know if it was with you, but we went to, did we ever go to like a club or some kind of bar, like nighttime?
Shoot, I mean, I remember we did, but I don't remember a lot
I want to say it was
except for ordering pizza.
yeah, I remember that because we were, it was after hours and we were
Yeah.
trying to sober up. So we got like, did we get 2 boxes or a box?
We got,
like a big box.
Yeah.
Right.
But the box was like this big,
Yeah.
filled with pizza.
Yeah.
But we went to this bar in, I want to say Soho,
Mhm.
somewhere around there, and we saw Kevin Love. Kevin Love at the time played for the maybe Minnesota Timberwolves. He's a power forward center.
Yeah.
I think he plays for the Cavs now. Played with LeBron James, and we got into this bar, and even the bouncer was like, "Hey, we just saw Kevin Love." He was telling everyone who was there. And so like we were like, "Is that Kevin Love?" And so we walked past the bar, and it was like Kevin Love surrounded by like, I think it was like his wife and then a bunch of their friends. Like he was kind of like nonchalant,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, just chilling.
Yeah, he was
That's
just
usually how
chilling.
they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't ask for any autographs, but it was cool seeing him there because I was like a big fan of him at, when he was at UCLA with the Bruins, right?
Yeah.
During the day, I saw Nerlens Noel, another basketball player. Like he was like 7'1" or something like that, and I saw him in passing. I think there was like a REI or something, and I was like, "Is that him?" And so I looked at him a certain way, and he looked at me, but I never went up to him. But I was just like, "That's him."
Yeah.
Right.
You'll always know.
Yeah. I was talking about basketball. I was asking you because I know just through stories I've heard a lot of like Quentin Jammers one like a regular at Best Buy, but I actually ran into Drew Brees
Right.
when I was in high school. Like I had my math book. You know how they used to like you'd put a newspaper or whatever to
Oh yeah.
make your
Book
cover.
protector.
Book cover, yeah.
He was getting a whole sound system, and I was like, "Oh shoot, I need to get a picture with him." And at the time, I don't even think phones had like cameras. I think I might have had like a flip phone, right?
Oh,
I don't.
And it was
I
like
don't
a basic rudimentary.
It was a
camera.
basic
Yeah.
one, but I did have one of those. You remember like those like long cameras where you take a snap of it and it prints,
Oh yeah, like those little like
Yeah,
film,
Insta camera.
and
Yeah.
it came like this,
Yeah.
right? Like it was like a little flap that you just
Yeah.
kind of wave. I
Yeah,
had one of
Polaroid.
those. The
Yeah,
picture was like
Polaroid.
that
Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
It was like
a small
that.
Polaroid.
Yeah, it was that big.
Yeah.
And I got. I think I framed that with the book. I took the book cover up
Yeah.
off right away. Got that. Jason Momoa is probably the biggest and
Yeah,
most
that's a pretty
and
big
most
one.
recent one.
That's cool.
We were in, I want to
In
say
the airport.
in Europe, in the airport.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because I think he just did Aquaman and everything, and he was
He's
ahead
like
of-
still wet.
Like he just
He
did it.
like-
Did it?
no, but he was. We were at TSA.
And then
And
Jason was wet.
yeah, and then they called me Aquaman. No, but we were at TSA, and he was in front. He probably had like pre-TSA at the time, right?
Yeah, check in. Yeah.
Yeah, and you saw everyone just like
Yeah, just-
phones, right?
Yeah.
and he was like, "I need to get out of here," right?
Yeah.
But it was funny because I was like, "That's funny," because he's traveling by air instead of sea. that was a running
yeah,
joke,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
He's literally like 6 foot something, and he has like all this muscle.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Did you
because
touch it?
No, but you can see like he was like
Give
this
him a little
like
squeeze.
yeah he was like this big guy. He had a bunch of like accessories he had to take off for TSA.
wow.
Oh.
Like he dresses like he's a part of like a frontier old west kind of like that's his vibe, right?
wow, okay.
And I was like, damn, I want to get a picture with him, but he was like already out. So I was like,
Oh,
all right,
yeah.
we're not gonna see him. I think we're going to Italy at the time. We're coming back from Italy, something around there,
Something like that. Yeah.
and we're like, let's just get a drink. We went to the bar right in front of me. It was Jason Momoa. I was like, shit.
Second chance.
Yeah, I was like,
second
"John, like,
chance.
do I ask for autograph?" He was with his friends, and I was just like, "Oh shit!" Like I'm just gonna ask. It was like me and my good friend Rafi, Audrey. I think it was just us three.
Yeah.
We were just getting drinks, and then so I was like, "Do I ask them?" I was like,
Yeah.
"Excuse me, sir. Like, do you mind get
yeah.
a picture with you?" And I was just, and we're just trying to figure out like, "Oh shoot, who's gonna take it?" Kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Let me get it." He grabs my phone and he does one of this.
Yeah.
And then we got a group picture. And then he's just like, "Let's get the fuck out of here."
Check, please.
And then he dives into the seat.
Yeah. Behind the bar.
Yeah.
You guys believe in meeting your heroes?
Like one right now that I want just to put it out there is The Rock.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'd be good with like if the last celebrity that I'd have to meet in the world it'd be The Rock.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about you guys?
There's that whole thing where like you have this idea of them and like what you know of them built in your head, but they could be totally different and they could ruin it.
Yeah.
So it's always kind of like iffy for me.
I don't know.
You know,
I don't know. I don't think I have like too many like
people you don't put on
heroes.
a pedestal, huh?
I'm like, I respect your stuff, but like I'm
You don't idolize them.
yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the key. Honestly, like if you look
So-
up to someone, you don't put
Yeah.
them that high.
Yeah, I don't put them that
Yeah.
high.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just too much.
I think the only person that I would want to meet is Keanu Reeves just to see if all the
It lines up.
if all lines up.
Oh,
If
like
he
about
really
how he is?
Yeah.
Are you sure it wouldn't be Valkyrie?
Huh? Well, I mean her too. but maybe over dinner in a movie.
Wow.
Oh.
Hey.
You know what? I'm gonna tag her in this.
Oh
clip.
my
Tag her in this clip.
So I guess this is.
Hey,
gonna
make this
be
a sponsored video.
Wow.
Sponsored ad.
That's
You
so
know?
funny. That's so funny.
I'm like, why is this running for 30 days? Because Art added extra money for the sponsorship.
He's gonna make sure it gets
Make
seen.
sure it reaches her. Leah Frampton. I've seen her a couple times. She was my musical crush forever and always. In case you want to tag her too.
Is this just like a hookup like podcast now?
There's only so many tags I'm
I
allowed
know,
to.
I'm just kidding.
No,
She responds to my DM sometimes.
Oh,
so
really?
I'm
Are you
happy about that.
serious?
Yeah, dude, it's
Oh,
crazy. I
shit.
don't know if that's really her or like fake.
It could be an intern.
You're right. It could be an intern.
I mean, I will let you know now that like there's like some of the OnlyFans girls that like I work with or whatever. They have people that respond to DMs for them.
Yeah.
Don't ruin our dreams, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're through the looking glass now, bitches.
So no more emojis, right? Now that I think about it, we went to L.A. There's this place called there's this place that used to be called Barracuda. It's not there anymore, but right by there's this shoe store, and I ran into I was looking at a shoe. I look over, and I think his name was Anthony Thomas. He was a running back for.
Dang, so you've seen a lot of athletes.
A lot of athletes. Well, I mean, it's like L.A., New York,
Yeah.
right? I think
Right.
those are big,
Sure.
like fashion,
Yeah.
fashion heavy
Yeah.
places. But he was dating at the time Megan Good.
Oh,
Okay.
man,
Yeah,
good.
and I look over, I was like, "What the fuck is Megan Good?" And then I look at him, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's the guy from wherever he was." Yeah.
I think the last one I can only really remember is Kristen Stewart at Coachella.
Oh yeah. Huh.
Yeah. Me and
Which
my
Coachella
friend.
was this?
I don't remember which one it was, but I just remember me
It's
and
one
my
of
friend
them.
Riss. We were like standing to get food. And I
Yeah.
see this girl kind of awkward, aloof.
She's from Saturday Night Live. Is that her?
Kristen Stewart? No, she's Bella from Twilight.
Oh shit, my
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. I think you're thinking the other Kristen, the one from that. What's that?
She's blonde too.
Yeah.
Yeah. From SNL.
Well, she was in. Was it Bridesmaids? Anyways,
So, I don't know.
Yeah. Digress.
Yeah. But yeah, so we were in line, and then I see her, and I'm like, "Hey, Riss, is that Kristen Stewart?" She's like, "I don't know. It kind of looks like her." And then we see she has the girl
From
in
Twilight.
line.
From
Yeah,
Twilight.
the girl from
Okay.
Twilight has this tattoo. Well, the girl I saw in line had this tattoo. So we're like, "Hey, Google Kristen Stewart tattoos." And then
You gotta
so we
cross-check?
did. Yeah, and then we saw it was there, and we're like, "Oh man, it's her." Did have shades on, and she had a hat, but then she
Damn.
was still kind of
How do you recognize her in Coachella? with
well, I
shades
think
and a
because she
hat?
was just standing in she wasn't moving around. She was just
Yeah.
standing there with her friends.
You
so
just
then
happen to look, right?
Yeah,
had
you
a
happen to look and you're like, oh, that girl looks familiar.
She
But
had
then
a bunch of friends.
I think there was two other girls there that were getting food or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And then we're standing in line too, so obviously you just start to look at the
around,
people
yeah.
in line, and
While
I'm
you're
just
waiting.
like,
Huh.
huh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think those are the opportunities we get to see some of these celebrities or
I guess. I mean, I'm just content to let them live.
Angelina
Yeah.
Jolie.
Yeah.
Or Valkyrie.
Yeah.
All right.
Offer stands.
Wow.
This whole episode is going to be a sponsored ad. All right, next question. How many times have you witnessed something supernatural or unexplained
Oh,
or
we get-
explainable?
Oh,
I know we got some stories.
Okay.
I feel like Brian has some.
There was. I mean, it's one of those that, I am pretty interested in paranormal stuff, and all that stuff, that happens and people's stories and stuff. And my friend recently, told us about this mirror that her parents got, from a yard sale.
Like an antique, right?
Yeah, like an antique or whatever. And then
true.
without even knowing that it was from somewhere or something like that, because she had experience because she stayed over the night before, right? and she said that like she woke up suddenly in the middle of the night and she saw this hand like pointing at the mirror.
What?
But then she was like half awake, half asleep. She was like, I'm too tired for this. I'm just gonna go back to sleep. Ignore it, you know. And then in the morning, she asked her parents like, "Where did you get that mirror?" It's like, "How did you know we got that mirror from like somewhere else?" And she's like, yeah, because you know this happened or whatever." And she like scared her little sisters because they're like, "I had that mirror in my room."
Jeez.
But me personally, like I think I've had a couple, but
do you believe that's real,
I mean,
though?
I believe when people experience something, I believe them for what it is because you know they're the ones experiencing it. I have no right to say that they didn't, especially if it's like if people believe it's like their loved one contacting them from you know beyond the grave or whatever. Like there was like when my grandpa died, there was I think I had a lamp that like he used to own for like a while. It's like one of those like those long standing lamps or whatever like that. And you know how Filipino families was like when stuff gets just shuffled around, right? And like I didn't know it was there or whatever. But I remember like the day he died or whatever, it would like blink on and off. And for like every night until
like Stranger Things, right?
Yeah, kind of like
tell you something.
Yeah, but like
Morse code.
You know the Catholic. I think it's Catholic or I don't know. It's like some kind of religious belief that like my family has. It's like because we do all the prayers and stuff.
Yeah.
Like God, like when my I think when my aunt died like recently, we had to do like the thing where it's like
the 9 days of
and like every night
years,
we would come together and just like recite the prayers or like that, and then after I think it's like 40 days or whatever. Then
40 days.
40 days
Jeez,
is
there's like so much.
there's so many things like I didn't know about it. I'm not really that religious, but like my family is Catholic life but the belief is that after 40 days then that's when the soul departs for heaven or whatever, right? Again, I don't really put too much stock in that, but like again, after about 40 days, that's when that light stopped blinking. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that's new to me because I'm Christian. Like hearing these stories, I'm like, oh damn,
right.
That's nice.
I was also the same thing too. I think when my grandma died, I think the year or two before, I just remember like we had just come back from like the funeral, and like we just heard like a bunch of like doors just slam upstairs and stuff like that. And then my dad, like, it's the funny part about like living in a family where like that kind of belief is normalized or whatever, and they're like, it's just your grandma saying goodbye. It's cool. I was like, you sure? Like, are you sure we're not just getting broken into or something like that? So like I went upstairs with my dad and we're like, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, see? You know?
now that I'm thinking about this, if you were a ghost, like you just passed away, what would you do? On your way out? Like you had one thing that you could do to say goodbye, but it had to be in that kind of form. What would you do to say like, hey, this is me. I'm out, guys.
I'm out. Like that's how you would know it's like this is Brian saying goodbye or something like that. I don't know. It depends how much power I have to do things. Cause
man, can I like turn on the TV and it show up on the TV?
Like I'm out, bitches, and then it fades out.
That'd be creepy.
Yeah, dude.
That'd be your thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would find a way to write a message somehow, so that way you would unequivocally know
And then you can
that
take
it
a
was
picture
me.
of it. Yeah.
I mean, I think I don't think I've mentioned this before, but like I have like a lot of things I want to do, like for like if I die or whatever, you know.
Like before you die, or
no, just like when I die, this is what I want.
Yeah,
happen
like
to me.
like your like will.
you
and
actually
stuff
have
kinda
it like
stuff.
written down?
No, I don't have it written down. It's
okay.
stuff like you think, like it's like stuff you think about, right? Like just randomly, right?
Yeah.
And one of my things that I want to do is I want to be like when you get cremated into like ash and stuff, I want that ash to be used into a camera lens.
What?
I want to be made into a camera lens, man.
Okay.
So I can also haunt the lens and be in the background of pictures that is taken with that lens.
Interesting.
I think about a lot of different stuff, man. Like you're just, you know, you're driving a lot, especially when I drive to LA as much. Like I'm just thinking about like a bunch of random stuff. I think the one like paranormal experience that I have, like I still put some skepticism in it or whatever, but it's one of those things where you just see a lot of little things and then like all together it seems like it is, but if you took every little thing by itself, it's like, oh, it's whatever, you know, it could be a thing. It's like the only one and only time I've had sleep paralysis. I've only had it exactly once in my life, and it was so the way is where my house is, like if this is my house and there's our neighbor house right here, this is going to become important later, right?
Yeah.
Because my room is on the side of the house that faces the neighbor's house, and at the time my room, the way it was set up was that I had my bed facing the window that faces the neighbor's house, right?
Okay.
So that's kind of like a little bit of a setup,
Yeah.
right? So this night, like I'm sleeping or whatever, all of a sudden I'm awake, right? But I can't, you can't move. If you've ever experienced it before, it's like
it's holding you down.
Something is kind of like holding you down, like, and like as much as you try and move, you can't, except you can't speak or like that. Or sometimes it's a little bit hard. Like for me, it was like a little bit hard to breathe, but like your eyes move, right?
Yeah.
So like I'm asleep or whatever, and I can kind of see like, it's kind of funny like when I mention it now, but at the time it's like, it's horrifying.
Oh yeah,
like,
definitely.
Yeah. Cause it's all dark and like sometimes you can kind of see lights or whatever, but like depending if there's like lights in the room, but if it's like pitch dark or whatever, you can't see anything. But like this one was like, I could kind of see stuff. And I could see like these like these like shadow people kind of like walking towards like my window or so.
It's like
and then,
ghost.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be something, but like,
is that part of sleep paralysis?
Some of the big things about sleep paralysis. Sometimes they see some kind of like shadow person or like a common theme is the man in the hat or something like that, like a shadow person. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of things. It's really interesting if you read about it. But the way I saw it was I saw a bunch of like shadow people. They're walking, and then all of a sudden they kind of stop. And then I think they noticed me look at them because then they're just, you can't really see like faces, but you can kind of see what their head is and it's kind of turning.
It's like
and
silhouette-y.
And then my eyes are just like, just don't look at it. It's fine. And then,
Wait, like how, Brian?
yeah. Punch that one in. Just punch that one in.
Look at it.
Yeah. But then, and then that was kind of it, right? So then that was a kind of like, that was kind of my experience. But the thing that kind of made it freak it out later, like what happened was, I woke up, I my grandma used to live with us with the time, and she lived in the room below directly by my room. And when we were eating breakfast, like she looked like shit. Like she hadn't slept. And so like, I kind of looked like that too, cause I didn't really sleep much after that. And then, so I go like, oh, Nana, like, you don't look too good. Did you sleep well? I was like, no, I couldn't. I kept hearing all these scratching on all our walls and all my walls in my room. And in my head, I'm like, that's just probably rats, right? That's just probably rats. I'm trying to rationalize it. And then, when I went to go outside that day, like there were like cops outside at our neighbor's house. And there's like some cops and there's like ambulance and maybe like a fire truck. It was like a whole thing. And I had to get to like school or something. I remember that. And then I found out later when I came back, my dad told me that our neighbor had committed suicide.
What?
Yeah.
I think it was like one of the sons or something, because he was at the house by himself. He was like watching the house by himself, and the parents were off on vacation.
Was he?
I don't know, because this was like when I was still going to Miramar and stuff, like early college.
Okay, and he was a little bit older.
He was like a little bit older than me, I think. So, like I said, all the little things, like you could explain it as that, but like all together, like the whole famous said, my grandma, and then that whole news was like, maybe they were just coming to get him, and then.
Damn! Now I'm gonna be thinking about that every time I pick you up.
Yeah. This is like a long time ago. That's like literally the most paranormal. My sister has a whole bunch of stories, and if we do like a whole paranormal episode, I could tell those.
Oh wow, we're gonna do one for Halloween.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
All right.
No, but I want to talk about that because what do you think? So, what contributes to sleep paralysis?
Medically,
Exhaustion, right?
Is that what it is?
Medically,
I think so.
like part of it. So the more scientific thing is that you are mentally awake, but because what happens is that when you go to sleep, like your brain kind of like, for lack of a better word, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, because this is like my general knowledge, like it kind of disconnects from your body. So that if something happens to your brain, like you don't, like move, you don't move. Like if you run in your dream, you're not running in real life. But sometimes it still kind of hooks into that, like, and you move around and stuff like that too. Or you talk in your sleep, right? So there's parts of it where it's supposed to fully disengage, but there's like with some people, like it still stays connected and active, right? So like that whole feeling where you can't move, but you're mentally awake is literally your brain, like it can't reach the controls of your body. So it's just like, oh no, what's going on? And then that whole disconnect feeling promotes this feeling of anxiety. And that's what most people feel in that sort of thing. So, and then I think there's also a part of it too, where like, if you have like sleep apnea too, like you're a little bit more prone to kind of get it because, you're inadvertently waking yourself up through not being able to breathe. And that kind of, has that disconnect.
This was when I lived in those Escondido apartments.
Oh yeah.
And it happened 3 times.
Right.
The first time it was nighttime. Right. And I did see that shadow, and I felt like something was pinning me down where I couldn't even speak to. Right. And I was just trying so much, and I ended up just closing my eyes, and then I woke up, right?
Yeah.
That happened twice that night. But I remember one time coming home from work, I knocked out on the couch, right?
Yeah.
Same apartment place.
Yeah.
And I woke up, right? And I'm like wide awake. Lights are still on, you know? And I'm just looking at the ceiling fan, and I was like, I felt like I was being held down too.
Yeah.
And I was trying to scream. Like
You
I was
can't.
like
You
this the
can't.
whole time. And then I got to the point where I was just like, ah! And I actually screamed at the end. And I got up and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then so the next week I told our the other residential supervisor that was on the other apartment place.
Right.
And so I told her about my experience, and she's like, you should try saging the place.
That's always this default. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I saged the place. No experiences after that.
Dang, what?
It's kind of a 50-50 though.
That
with
was
sage.
nuts.
Sage either clears it or it pisses it off and makes it
Oh,
worse.
really?
Yeah.
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 And then you got to talk like, you are free to leave, or, you know, and just.
Yeah, you have to, like, that's another thing too, is like you have
You
to
don't
be.
gotta go home, but you gotta get the fuck out of here.
You do not belong here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to Brian's
Power,
house.
Yeah.
power of Christ compels you.
Staying on the topic of sleep paralysis, I get it a lot.
Oh,
So, yeah, I remember the first time I got it though. I was like a kid,
Oh.
and me and my grandma shared the room at the time. But yeah, and I just remember waking up. She's next to me, but I couldn't even move to like wake her up, and I was like freaking out.
Wait, where was this? What area?
This was when I was I was in Sabre Springs. So I was like in elementary school,
Mm.
and then yeah, I just remember getting all those shadowy figures, all that stuff. Couldn't talk, move, speak, and it wasn't until like eventually I think she like moved me, and then like I kind of came out of it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
you were already levitating at the time.
yeah, the whole time.
Like 5 feet off the bed.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
She like pulled me back down to the bed. Hey, come back here to sleep, huh?
Because, it's a Catholic thing, so that's normal. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no fear.
You go to sleep and knock.
Yeah. Close open, close open. Yeah, I've had it multiple times in my life. So I'm at the point to where I just feel like it's more medical than it is spiritual.
Yeah, that's what I think it is too.
Yeah.
You ever take a sleep test?
No, a lot of people tell me I should though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you have a lot of sleep paralysis or anything,
Yeah.
that could be sleep apnea, dog.
I'm pretty sure it is because I snore.
That's a big symptom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, do you feel like you have to take a nap later in the day or something like that?
So yeah.
Like there's no day where you're just completely awake the entire
Oh
time.
no.
Okay.
No. Yeah, there are days where I could just do all day and stuff, but some days I do want to take a nap.
Yeah.
You know.
You're like in the middle.
The less motivated days where depression seeps in. And
Yeah, so we're definitely going to save all this
No,
for Halloween. We're not licensed to handle this.
Yeah,
you know?
2-part, one for your therapist, one for Halloween.
But for Halloween, we
Yeah.
definitely, because I got plenty of stories and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, like blatant supernatural freaky stuff, probably not. But it's a lot of that. I mean, when my dad died, I was smelling cigarette smoke everywhere.
Wait, he was a
smoker.
Okay.
So
Yeah, smell is like a pretty strong.
yeah, so there was that
Listen.
that was happening.
Yeah, well, we'll save the rest for Halloween. We can go on and on about this.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Let's take that for a Halloween episode. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into our Q&A
Okay.
portion of the podcast. So we have our questions that get asked in our stories on our Instagram, and either we ask that on Instagram or we bring it here for the three of us to ask. So from the community, this is from Alan. Alan R. I think this is your homie or someone that you know.
I don't know.
oh snap! What up, Alan?
So Alan asks,
Yeah.
how much would it cost for Art to cut off the man bun and not grow it back?
Bro.
Ooh.
Alan,
I
thank
think-
you for the question, but you already know the answer, bro. That's
Maybe
never
you
come
saw
out
like
of my mouth,
was that episode 3 where we were talking about how much?
How much?
Or was that 4?
Like
No,
which-
that is
name
that is
your
3.
price.
Yeah,
name your
price. Yeah.
Okay,
Shoot.
So what's your
How much?
price?
there has to be a price, man.
Like remember this is, you have to do it. So there has to be a
Yeah.
price where you actually do it.
$5 million.
Okay.
Jeez,
That's how much that's how much he values it. Yeah.
This is my soul, bro.
It's like Samson, you don't want to cut off the
Yeah.
hair. That's his strength.
Yeah.
Alan, come on, man. You already know I'm not cutting this off.
So what? So if you were to get a haircut, what would that look like?
Just a trim.
What is that? I mean, what does that look like?
Just like, just cut off the dead ends, get rid of split ends.
Oh, so you still have
It's just maintenance.
Yeah,
It's maintenance.
you still have the long hair, like semi-long hair, right?
If you undid the bun, how long does it come down?
Like mid back.
Oh,
Should we undo the bun right now, or is that?
No, that's paid. That's paid content.
Patreon.
That's
Paid
paid
content. Got it.
You got
Exclusive,
a little special show for y'all.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
Thanks, Al. Thanks for
Maybe.
the question. Send us another one.
Yes, maybe episode 100. You take down the hair. Yeah.
That's a stretch
Episode
goal.
100?
Stretch
Yeah,
goal.
episode
Let's
100.
go.
Oh no,
Okay.
this is recorded. This is recorded. It's
Episode
recorded.
100. I'd let the hair down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And then cut the butt.
Yeah.
We just come up with the scissors. Now that it's
Oh my
down.
gosh. And that was the last episode Art ever showed up on this podcast.
All right. So this next question, this comes from Beatty.
Okay.
How many spam musubis could you eat?
Like 4.
4?
Yeah,
That's a good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because again, it's the rice.
It is the rice.
Yeah.
I feel like I could probably eat more if it wasn't spam. It has to be a different taste.
meat.
Like
Like
because they have like different types, right?
Yeah, there's different. Like you can put tempura, right?
Yeah,
in
tempura
one of the
or,
musubis. So
like
different types of
katsu or
musubis.
something.
Yeah,
that'd
damn,
be
that
good,
sounds.
bro.
Dude, should we go get some Hawaiian food?
Are we
after
getting
this?
Ellen else at this?
Domino's. Oh man, Masubi Mondays, bro.
Oh damn,
It's not Monday though.
I know, but I'm kind of down now for. I mean, we'll talk about what
We'll talk
we
about
eat
it, yeah.
afterwards.
Musubi.
You said 4. I would say 4.
I would say 4 comfortably.
Four's a comfortable amount, especially
Yeah.
if I know I'm not eating anything else and that's all I'm eating. But
Yeah.
otherwise, if I do get something else, I go for 2.
Yeah, I think if it's spam, just spam alone, I would say 2.
Too salty.
But if
Yeah.
it's
You get-
like one of
yeah.
each, like a zip pack. Have you ever had a zip pack?
What's a zip pack?
That
Wait,
sounds
have you
so
guys gone to
familiar.
Hawaii before?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I haven't
is it
been there
again?
recently.
Zippies.
Zippy.
So this is my go-to anytime I travel back home because this is like a memory that I have with my family there. Every
Right.
time I travel,
Yeah.
they'd come and bring me a zip pack, right?
Yeah.
Every time I leave, they send me off with a zip pack, and the zip pack comes with. So you have the rice sprinkled with furikake. You had that what's that yellow? I don't know if it's a fruit or vegetable. It's like daikon. You know what I'm talking about, like Japanese.
like that radish.
That radish, I think it's like a yellow radish.
That comes right.
Yeah.
And then so you have that, and then for the protein you would have spam, a fried chicken, terry beef, and mahi mahi. And it's in a
I didn't
bento box. It's not as
I've
big as
never had
L&L's
that.
too.
I've never had that. Yeah.
Dude, you guys should try it. So anytime you
You
guys
gotta go to
plan to go
Hawaii?
to Hawaii,
All right.
zip pack.
Got it.
Maybe.
I heard in Vegas they're opening up a Zippies there. So maybe if you guys go to Vegas, get their zip pack.
I'll check it out
For
next
sure.
week and see if it's there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
going to Vegas next week. So.
Nice.
You excited, Brian?
You can
This
see
is your
that
birthday.
globe thing.
Yeah, I really want to see that big globe thing that's been posted. Have you seen that, Jason?
Yeah, it's like
it's a
where-
huge $2 billion dome.
But where's it at? Like, where's it located in Vegas?
It's right behind like the Venetian and stuff. Like I looked it up. It's like
Who owns it? Does the Venetian crew?
I don't know exactly. I haven't looked in it too much. I just looked in how much it was, where it was, and like how to get there. It's
Okay.
like-
Any big plans? What are you gonna do?
I'm mainly there because Final Fantasy 14 Fan Fest is happening in Vegas, and I don't have a ticket for that, but I have a lot of friends who are going that also don't have a ticket, and like it's like an opportunity just to meet with friends I haven't seen in a while, and like some people are coming from all over. Like some of my friends in Japan are coming over, so it's like might as well.
Yeah.
Like while my friends are gonna be there, might as well. It's also like my birthday next week.
Well, happy early birthday.
Yeah.
Happy
Thank
early
you.
birthday.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm never gonna talk anything about what happens in Vegas.
No, you got
Man.
next
what
week.
stays in Vegas?
So next episode we'll talk about your birthday. Whatever you can share.
whatever I'd like to share.
Yeah, whatever you'd like to share.
I drove to Vegas, then I drove back.
Well, I'm excited to see the places that you go to,
Yeah, because
things that you do, and then what you eat there.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
that's the
the
biggest
food.
thing because I have a lot. Some of the friends I'm going with, they're already making like a spreadsheet of places they
Yeah.
want to eat.
Nice.
So I'll have to look on. There's like literally an Excel sheet that some of my friends are making, and I'm just like, all right, that's fine. Like they have like a checklist. Like one of them really wants to do the because he's never been to Vegas before,
Yeah.
and he just really wants to do the gondola at the Venetian.
Okay. Oh, wait, how many of you guys are?
Oh,
So you
there's-
guys want to be all in one boat?
I mean, not all of us, but because like
Like a Titanic scenario.
Is that sinking?
oh no, just like salute.
You have a violin. You're playing your string instruments.
It's just funny because like one of the homies knows someone that works there, and like when we told them about it, they're like, "Yeah, just let me know when you guys are gonna go so I can work, and we can just do that." I was like, "Okay, cool. We have a gondola guy now."
Yeah.
But yeah, it's mostly just like all types of different food, and stuff like that. Because definitely gonna be staying indoors because look at the weather next week.
Oh, yeah, what
it's
is
Super
110.
hot, dude.
110.
Jeez,
Yeah.
110.
110.
And we're complaining about 80-degree weather.
I know.
Yeah. That's when you walk through all the casinos. And
Yeah.
you don't even walk outside. You just walk through the
Yeah.
casinos.
Yeah.
Collect those cars off the ground.
Oh, we already have a game of that, you know.
I know you're talking about.
No, because like the guys that go like this, and then like, they just give it to you.
Bro.
Yeah. That was when I became a man at
Was
the
it
age of
Pokemon?
10. What is this, Dad? Why is she posed like that?
Last question.
Yeah.
What was your favorite music video growing up? This is from Nadine.
Shoot, man.
Or what was like one of the coolest music videos, maybe if not your favorite?
I mean, one of my favorite ones growing up were like the Michael Jackson ones because they were like small films.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
true.
okay.
My favorite one is Remember the Time with, what was it? With Eddie Murphy as the Pharaoh.
Oh,
You remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does the song go?
Remember the time
Yeah.
you fell in love, girl.
Dude. My aunt, she would have like the greatest hits. Like she was a big Michael Jackson fan.
Right.
That's
Actually,
when I started
I was
listening.
when I was younger too.
Yeah.
Heal the World.
Yeah.
Heal the world.
Yeah. And he was with who was the wife? Something Presley?
Lisa Marie Presley.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The daughter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She died recently. Yeah.
Oh, recently.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, geez.
I think I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was something in the gut. Also, I forgot.
Oh.
I don't know what it was. I might have heard that wrong. I may be confused with someone else.
You're just making
Anyone?
stuff up.
Fake news. But yeah, that's I think that's my favorite music video just because the concept to me was funny. It's because like he's just hitting on his wife in front of him.
Yeah.
And then he has to run from all of them.
One that was memorable was when you had Ben Stiller in the Bad Boy video. Remember, it was like B.A. We ain't going nowhere. Like
Ben Stiller was in that video?
I think P. Diddy or someone hit his golf ball. He was in a neighborhood setting, like a suburban neighborhood.
Yeah.
Hit the golf ball into his window. I think it broke his window or something. And then Ben Stiller came out and knocked on Diddy's door, and then that's when the music video started.
It started right
You
there.
had like a big party bus, and they were like rapping on it and doing all that stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was like most memorable. Like when they got comedy with.
Yeah. I was at the gym on the elliptical, and then it was Snoop Dogg. What's my name or whatever?
Which one is that?
And when he's like a dog, when he turns into a dog, he morphs into a dog.
His
and
old
then-
school one.
Yeah.
That was
so
at
it
the
an
gym?
old school- yeah, they were playing at the gym.
What?
Yeah, like late night though. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Of course, yeah, because it
But
gets a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, oh man, I can't believe they had this back then. Like everybody was turning into dogs and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was kind of cool.
Okay.
Yeah, music videos are still cool, but I feel like they don't have a big as impact nowadays because like they just throw it up
TRL
on-
is gone. That's why.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Carson Daly.
It was like a thing like you had to have a music video,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Because that was like the way to get the word out and stuff.
Yeah.
But like I think with like the internet
Yeah.
and stuff, it's not as big. Like people still put out music videos. Don't get
Yeah,
me
yeah,
wrong.
Oh yeah.
And they're really cool, but it's like it's not a big deal as much. I think.
No.
Like yeah, you'll never know if there was like a music video for a song unless you like look up the song to like try to find it.
And then you see like a lyric video, and then you see like
Yeah.
the actual music video or whatever.
Yeah.
I know it's really big for the K-pop community.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
because they're all about like the visuals and stuff like that. Some of them are really good, like they're really artistically good and all that. Some of the stuff that they do, but I feel like that's like a big part of the culture is like the visuals and stuff like that.
You know what I like seeing? Oh, now that you talk about K-pop, you know how they always have like I think for the last place I can remember is Tapioca Express in Claremont,
Sure.
and they have K-pop videos all the time.
Yeah.
But they play hip hop songs
Over it.
over it, and it's funny because it seems like they're dancing with the video. Yeah.
That just reminds me of like the karaoke songs where you could, sing over whatever, but then it's just like random scenes from Philippines.
Yeah. So bad.
Yeah. Or the ones or the karaoke places like chorus or whatever, and like
Yeah.
you'll be singing something, but it's like clearly from like some K-drama or something like
Yeah.
that. So they're all sad and stuff, and you're just like singing like
X gonna give it to you.
yeah. Yeah.
Dude, should we go karaoke one time?
Shoot,
I'm
man,
down.
I've been trying to go to karaoke for a minute.
Well then let's go,
Yeah.
dude.
Karaoke, paintball. We have a whole list. All right, let's head into our last call. This is any thank you, shout outs, anything that you want to plug, any upcoming events.
Shout outs to Andrew again for being an awesome artist.
Oh yeah.
Support his work. And thank you for letting us be a part of your daily life and your work and all that. your feature will be coming soon, if not now already. By the time this comes out,
I want to get a piece. So
yeah.
sometime in the near future.
Yeah.
It's your Dominican flan, yeah. But I'm gonna get one of the pieces, maybe on the wall or something in that pot. So we'll figure something out.
Behind me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get like a whole collection of pieces from local artists. I think that would be cool.
Shout out to Alan for the personal question.
Yeah.
I think you already knew the answer, but ask us another one. No. My godson.
Which one?
So my cousin.
That's my godson.
Yeah.
My cousin's first. Yeah, I know. I got 5 of them.
He's the godfather.
Yeah, my godson Xavier Arlo.
Okay.
He's having his first birthday coming up, so that's gonna be exciting.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
In San Diego?
Yeah, we're gonna have it over at my rec community center.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. So excited for that.
For me, the merch is gonna come out sometime soon.
Sorry.
Oh,
so
you
I had
wanna
to
go back?
mention, my goddaughter is also having a birthday, and also my sister is having a birthday.
Wait,
so I
when?
couldn't.
Next week?
They're all born in August 4, 5, and 6.
Okay.
So I couldn't mention
wow.
one without all
Wow.
of them, right?
How do you
And I
just
thought- yeah.
How do you just remember the one?
He's playing favorites clearly.
It was the first one, right? First birthday. So,
So
it's kind of
we'll edit that out to
Yeah.
make it Colorado. For me, it's the merch. The merch is going to come out soon. Thank you, Brian, for the photos.
Yeah.
It's just posting up there and then putting the word out there. So the tote bag is going to release soon.
nice.
Nice.
I've been using that tote bag though.
Have you?
Yeah,
What do you put? Gummy bears?
yeah, dude,
Kit
like
Kat?
little snack. No, I put my salads in there.
Do you?
You know, some 5-pound weights. And just,
Okay.
just kidding.
You bring it home from 24 Fitness?
Yeah, dude. I was
Yeah, I
just
told-
hoarding weights.
I think I already told you that I gave it to my mom.
Yeah, what
'cause
is your mom? Dude, take a picture with your mom, like
Okay.
just candid
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll put it in the community highlight.
I'll have to do that because she hates taking a picture.
Oh,
taken.
yeah. Just
Yeah.
get a candid. Just throw it on
try.
throw it somewhere.
Yeah.
I'll try and get her there. Yeah.
All right. And thank you for hanging out with us. I'm Brewpac Shakur.
Art.
And this is Brian.
Peace.
Yeah.
I was like, where's the button?
You're on the computer right there.
All right.
Da-da-da-da.
Missy Bees.